So we decided to use lag bolts to mount the mantle to make sure that it was super strong. The way that we mounted this is that we drilled the 5 holes we needed through the studs in the shiplap. Then we put in the first lag bolt and made the mantle level. And after it was level, we marked the other 4 holes and then put the mantle back on the ground and drilled out those 5 holes in total, and then put it back up with all 5 lag bolts.
So level.
Yeah, this, you could do a chin up on this.
That's what I was
It's
gonna
not.
say. Can you take the level off? Wow.
I'm gonna do 2 holes with the first one. Damn it, we forgot to plug it in.
How the did we forget that? At least we didn't screw it.
Alright, so I made this measuring tool basically, since it's hard to get a measuring tape into this corner and get an exact measurement. So I took 2 scraps of wood and just pushed them apart so that that edge is touching this wall and this edge is touching this wall all the way in the back. And because the wall on the left side of the screen isn't perfectly perpendicular to this back wall, it's on a slight angle, the distance from here to that wall changes as we move out toward the camera. So as you can see, it's tight on both ends and the back, but for this countertop it's going to be extending all the way out here. And if I do that and I butt this side up against this wall, you can see over there there's a slight gap against that wall. And so because of that, we can either cut it at the short length of what these boards are and then just have a gap on that side or this side, or I can try and cut it so that the original cut length is this full length, not including the gap plus this board, then trimming it down on a slight angle to whatever this board distance is.
Here I'm putting together the shelves and the countertop for the cabinets. And the way I did the shelves is just some floating shelves by leaving the ends open and then sliding those ends onto brackets that are mounted on the wall. Just marking the heights of the shelves with my laser here and making sure that they're level. And once the brackets are mounted on the wall and the shiplap, you can just slide the shelf right on. It's always good to try a few different stains on a project to make sure you pick the right one. So here we have 3 different ones. And then we compared it to the mantle, which is what we were trying to match. And it's pretty obvious that early American was the way to go. Now on to installing the wallpaper. To measure the wallpaper width, I used the same method I used earlier by using 2 boards to gauge what the width was and make sure that it stayed the same vertically up the wall. And because the wall was so beat up, we decided to use 1/8 inch MDF just to apply the wallpaper to directly, and therefore it was a nice flat clean surface that the wallpaper went on, and it honestly made the wallpaper install a lot easier because you can do it in a little section instead of trying to do it all the way up your wall. To mount the wallpaper sections, we used some liquid nails adhesive and then some brad nails to hold it in place while the glue dried. Final step on the shelves is some nice polyurethane. And with that, it's complete. Thank you to everyone who tuned in for all these episodes of the Media Center. It was quite the challenge, but I think it turned out really well. Stay tuned for next week when we start doing the bedroom accent walls. You want to do it? You can get in the thumbnail, you can do the same thing.
Can we practice once?
1, 2, 3. You gotta get some height.
You're taller than me.